I've come home. You've got a beautiful soul. If I'm feeling alone, I just remember your song. Oh, with you, I'm so in love. You've got a beautiful soul. When I'm asking about, I just remember your song.
Hello and welcome back to my podcast among pine trees and lilies. My knitting and sewing podcast, sort of creative podcast that I'm trying to start and see how it goes. This is my third episode, third try. I'm sorry it's been a long time ago. I had one try to record, but it didn't go as I wanted, so I left that. This will be my second try. I thought I will catch up and see if I could record one episode before I go and get my son on preschool. Well, for you who are new viewers, my name is Hannah and I'm coming to you from Ydre in Sweden. It's a beautiful nature place in southeast of Sweden. A place I didn't know existed before we moved here, but it's gorgeous, filled with forest and pine trees and countryside and lakes and red houses, Swedish classic red houses, and with the white corners and so on. So I work as a pastor. I have a husband, a cat named Maya, and a son who's 2 years old. We've lived here for about 4 years now. I work as a pastor in 2 small communities or churches, and have done so for the 4 years that we've lived here. That's the reason why we moved here. On my free time, spare time, if I have any, I knit a lot, sew a lot, and bake and enjoy the good and beautiful nature around here. Sorry for my bad English. Hope you can stand it. I tried recording on Swedish with thoughts on using subtitles, but no, I'm thinking I'm staying with trying on English. If you have any thoughts on that, just write down below. Well, a new try. Today I will do my first little giveaway and show you what I've sewn and knitted since we last saw each other. And I'm going to show you some pictures from my vacation and my summer here, where we very often go to Gotland, my fairy tale island in the Baltic Sea, where my parents-in-laws lives and where my husband grew up. So we very often go there, and even this summer. So I will show you some pictures from there and show you what I'm knitting right now, what is finished and what I've sewn. And yes, I think I've said that. And what's in my knitting queue and other things. Sorry for my ams. So, yeah, I think that's all for now. So let's go to business. we start with the giveaway. Since I'm new here on YouTube and I have a shop, my own crafty shop called pinetreeslilies.com, where I make my own knitting project bags and knitting markers, stitch markers, and sell it. I think I will join these with this vlog. So you have a chance to win. I will show you which stitch markers here and the project keeper. If you click on subscribe and the like button and you write down below what you like about this vlog, what you want to have more of, or if it's there is anything I have to change of the things I do and record here. That would be the big help. When I reach 20 subscribers, I will have a giveaway of these stitch markers that I showed you. So let's see who wins. I just came home from church where I met up with some ladies to have some coffee and chat a lot and knit for a good cause. It's one of the good things in my work. I have the privilege to maybe sometimes knit in my work, so that's really nice. We chatted and knitted and prayed for each other, and I think it's lovely. And for last week I was in the next village right here, and with those ladies there is not so many one that can knit anymore, but they are there and enjoy the chats and the people around them, so and the coffee and fika. So that's lovely. Fika is a Swedish word for coffee and a cookie and a cinnamon bun, sort of. Must have here in Sweden. If you come to Sweden, you have to have fika. Well, and I love fika. I love to bake fika. So since the last I've sewn a lot, I just joined a creative collective of different people, women who is doing a lot of things, creates a lot of things like candles, cheesecake, Swedish cheesecake. It's not like American cheesecake, and oils and what's the for your lips and stuff, and clothing for babies, and knitted gloves and mittens, and all you can think of, jewelry and towels and aprons and all different stuff. And I just joined there with my label, Pinetrees and Lilies. You see, that's what it's like. And I've sewn a lot of good, beautiful stuff. Bags, project bags that also could be used as toilet bags, and baby nests, and a lot of different things, and knitting markers I've also sell there. So my shop is also live there. Others from that, I've sewn myself a little dress. It looks like this. I found this gorgeous fabric on the flea market for about 10 kroners, about $1, and I wanted to make me something, a skirt or something, but I really liked the pinafore dress by Tilly and the Buttons, but didn't want to buy the pattern really. So I just invented an own pinafore dress from the measurements that the fabric allowed. It was not that big amount but fabric, so I used up almost everything. It looks like this on the back. I made 2 sides on the back and sewed them together like that, and made some 2 straps that you can adjust with 2 buttons there and the front there. And there is also a back pocket with a cute little red what is that, green flower button. And on the front it's a pocket here, and also some wider skirts that I've put together here, and hopefully it will fit my baby bun in the future. And I've included some pockets here. So yeah, a really gorgeous thing that I enjoy wearing. I've had some plans on making one more kielowrapdress. I started to cut the fabric, and my plan was to do one with arms, sleeves, and when I cut for the body and then was planning to do the sleeves, I understood that I had to remark the body to fit the sleeves. So, but that was, I had to do that before I cut the fabric for the body. But then I've already cut the fabric for the body, so it all was messed up, so I just left it. Now the fabric lies in my stash and wait for it to be something else. Let's see what that is. So, let's go to knitting. We'll start with the elephant in the room, like people said, and I'm really hot, so I'm taking this off. Finally. I began knitting this in March. I really love the pattern. It's a rain lost shawl. It is gorgeous, but it took some time. But I'm really happy with it, especially happy with it's being done. I love the waves, and yeah, if you haven't seen it on Ravelry, I will show you, link the name and the info here so you can check it up. Rainless shawl, check it up. Well, and because of the really hot summer here in Sweden and all place other here in Europe, I had the urge, because one part was my son hadn't that many shorts for the summer, and I hadn't bought anything, and I wanted to knit something, so I've ordered some Sandnes line garn, a linen yarn from Norwegian company called Sandnes. A gorgeous one that, yeah, it's big. It creates a really light and summery fabric. And this is Voksedrakt for my son from Paela's Knits. The original pattern is here it's Spets. It's in pattern here with yarn overs and stuff, but since my son is a boy and I wanted a little bit more summery boy costume, I've invented my own pattern here with some zigzag or chevron, and there is some I-cord strings, and on the back you tie it around, and he can have it also next summer because he can grow in it, and these can get longer or smaller, and depending on how big your children is. And I added this little detail back here, some lifted stitches and such, and you can use, and I used some wooden buttons down here to change the diaper and so. Yeah, loved it, loved the yarn, and wanted him to have some more summery stuff because the heat was terrible and never end. So I began to knit up sailor skirts to him. The biggest size I believe is for 24 months, but I added some counted up and added some more stitches on everything, so I think it will be perfect for him next summer when he's 3 years old. And these are from Hibernating Love on Sticks, and it's also a Norwegian writer called Lene Holme Samse. I don't know if it's available in English, but you can search and check it up. Paela's Knits also have some Nordic inspired and vintage inspired children knits that I really love. They have a book like this. Voksedrakt is not a knit grown up dress, or what you call, but it's a good, really nice book. I don't know if it exists in English either, but you can check it up. So they are done. Learn to do some simple but very cool pattern with pearls and knits in. So it begins to be some zigzag pattern, or it looks really beautiful and cool, and the straps are sewn stuck on together with the buttons, so they are not you cannot take them off. And also in the back like this. Yeah, cute. Well, the time runs away. I really have to go get my son on preschool really soon, but before that I think I'm going to just show you short what I'm knitting on right now. Well, I have one finished object more that I can't show you with the picture here because I've already sent them away. It's beautiful and cute foxy booties by Gotland. I was inspired by inside number 23. She knitted them, and I had to try it because I had some yarn leftovers, and I sent them to my husband's sister, who just became mom for her second time. So she got them for a couple of weeks ago. If you haven't checked out Claire Gotland, just do it right now. She creates gorgeous and beautiful reality-based animals and details, and well, yeah, check it out. Her creations are just wonderful. Well, what I'm knitting on. Well, first of all, I have some projects going on that are just right now hibernating, because I had the idea to begin to knit some Christmas presents for my husband, because he's really out of mittens and hats and so on. So Be My Baby Blanket is hibernating right now. I really think it's more fun to knit than crocheting, but hoping to one day finish it because it's gorgeous, the blanket. Right now I began to knit some mittens for my husband called Tvebandvotter, twine knitted mittens. It's a Swedish technique called twine knitting. You knit, well, in these you knit one row purl, one row knit at the same time that you twine the yarn. So it's when you purl on the front, it is both purl stitch and twine stitch at the same time. The fabric gets really thick because you have both on the inside and the outside. It gets double, sort of, so hoping there will be really warm. It's made in raw finool, perfect Norwegian woolly wool yarn. And I'm started to knit on the second mitten like this, and I struggle to do it in secret because he's often around when I knit at the evenings, but I have some other projects to sneak about with, and among these it's the Cowl's cardigan for my son. It's like this. Just start to knit on the sleeves. So this is what I knit when my husband is around. My son really needs a cardi. I found it strange that the shops that sell children clothes don't have that many knitted cardis for boys, just for girls. So there is a really good opportunity for me to knit something gorgeous for my son that he's in need of. Yeah, so that's on my needles, and I also continuously am knitting on Belmont cardi. It's really tough to knit cardi once more if after you rip it up, but I think it's really gorgeous, so I'm struggling to do that, and yeah, taking one step at a time. As it is so much things for other people, I had the urge to keep my knitting mojo up, so I casted on one thing for myself this morning. It's a hat for myself. It's my first what's she called? Kate Davis pattern. It's a barret called 101 hat. It's a stranded colorwork that I think is gorgeous. Barrets is not really what I am used to wear, what I think I fit in, but hope this will work anyway. Just bought a coat for winter instead of a ordinary winter's jacket, so I think it will be gorgeous with it. Hoping to do, and it's really nice to have something to make for yourself at the time. well, I have a lot of things in my mind for my husband and his birthday, who lies next to Christmas. And after these mittens, I'm planning on making one mitts for him in the Isager tweed. It looks like this, with gorgeous orange and blue teals and some greens, and I'm doing the mitts that's called let's see, wild feather mitts. I'm adding the info about them down here so you can check it up. The color is chocolate, so it's brownie, and also ordered Isager tweed in the color bottle green. I'm making a cowl for him too. He just loves cowls that sit tight around here, so I planning to make the Mew Mew cowl that there is sizes from children to grown-ups, and I have 2 skeins of that. So, and I'm hoping to do these anyway. He's just beginning to chat on and on about what he wants for Christmas and his birthday, and he fishes a lot, so he wants just things for that and not anything knitted. So I'm thinking I will be a little bit nice to him, not just get him some knitted stuff, but I love knitting for him, so we'll see. Last winter and autumn I made him the classic Icelandic sweater called Ridari, and yeah, so I love knitting for him. And there is more on the queue for him. I also wanted to knit the hat Memories of a Weaver. I found a version of it by Jurgas, Jury something. I'm adding the text down here, the info. And she or he had the somewhat smaller gauge that created a really tight stranded patch colorwork around here, and a really wide barret that I think was gorgeous and will fit him really good, to my husband. So hoping to get to do that also before Christmas. I have some more projects in my queue for him, but not sure I will have the time. Well, let's see. I think that's all for now, and what I will have the time for, I really have to go now. Really glad that the autumn is here, or at least yesterday, because now it's really warm outside like summer, but autumn is slowly coming here, and we snuggle in with the fireplace here and lighting candles and drinking a lot of tea, so I like it. Listening to a lot of books and reading a lot of books. I have one book tip where before I go. It's called Finding and Searching God in All. A really good book if you wondering about if God is there, if he listens to you, and how you can hear God's voice, and if God exists, and so on. A really good book for everyone who wonders about life and if there is anything above Mars. And one more movie tip before I go. Yesterday I saw the movie called the Grains Literary and Potato Pie Society. Check it out. I love the historic view and all the clothing and stuff. Well, that's all for now. Don't forget to participate in my giveaway. Press thumbs up and some commentaries down below what you like about this blog or vlog, and what you miss, or what I can do further on, and so on. Some thoughts that you have, and click on the subscribe button. Well, that's all. Hope you have a good time. See you next time. Bye bye.
손이 너무 깊거든.
Now tomorrow morning we'll set the table for another beautiful warm day. Look at these temperatures at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Sunny day.
Cool down, that's what I say. We got a high pressure moving in. Bringing the high up to 85 degrees this afternoon.
Sunshine!
Sunny day.
Today's record high, 86 degrees.
Gonna be high and dry for the next few days. The weather is beautiful out there today.
Sunny day.
Sunshine!
What do you see when you close your eyes? I see the sky. You've got such beautiful eyes. You've got such beautiful eyes. Summer haze.
It's still sunny out here.